Now my next point is fear of abandonment. Your friends may fear that you will outgrow them and you will leave the group. So that is when they start to sabotage your progress to maintain the status quo. Are you understanding? It's a deep point which I just told you. This is completely based on my calculated analysis from which I have studied. In fact, for this, I did not even have to study into my counseling session, people. This I studied from my own example, from my own case. Because what I saw, because as I said, when I was in school, I was a super brilliant student. So that's why my entire friend circle consisted of super brilliant people. Most were Tambrams, Tamilian Brahmins. So whoever are aware, they only one like goal in life. That is to get marks to do US. I mean to get marks to do MS in USA and to do jobs there. At least the ones from my circle only had the same common goal, and in fact, all of them are doing the same even today. No change from that plan because ever since we were kids, like small, like fourth, fifth standard, from that time only they used to say the same because their parents had instilled that same thing in their brains ever since they were born. So so what happened when I escaped that matrix of being a herd follower, of blindly chasing marks, of because their only target was to secure a job in the USA, not even in India, in US. That was the target. But when I, from a topper, I abolished education completely. I became a backbencher. They used to sit in the front. Even I used to sit in the front when I was that scholar. But when that thought occurred to me that why should I be a herd follower? Why should I be following a syllabus which others have made? I should be creating my own syllabus. That was my main thought, and that's exactly what I have done. I have I run one of the biggest music academies of India, and I have created that syllabus. And that was exactly my vision. That was exactly what I used to say, what I used to tell my classmates for that matter. So why should I chase something which others have made, which you guys are blindly following? I will be making my own syllabus one day. All of them used to laugh. And today, look at the structure. They are all doing jobs, and now thousands of people are following the syllabus which I have made. In fact, now even just like 1 or 2 months before I started my course in YouTube, so like already like many people have joined that course also. So that is also following my syllabus only, right? So that is what I had the vision for ever since I was a kid. But that time, my classmates used to laugh at me. So, do you know the reason why? This point is pertaining to that fear of abandonment. Because now these guys grew up with me, like even I grew up with them, we grew up together because we were in the same boat, same marks, same like we used to like we were always in the top five, all like five, six of us, back to back we used to be. Now, suddenly, I lost interest in education because I got into guitars. And as I said, I wanted to do something which others follow me. I did not want to follow because whatever I'm following, that was made by somebody else, right? Why should I follow somebody else's thoughts? I want to create the curriculum which others follow. And that is exactly what people are doing right now in my academy. But these guys, why I'm repeating, I know I'm repeating, but I'm repeating to drive home a point. I had made it evident to my classmates, these scholar classmates, and they were aware that this guy is capable of pulling it off because he has it in him. Because we were friends, man. We were like very close friends. We used to eat, sleep, like we used to do everything together, even out of school hours. So they were completely aware of my skills, my guitar skills, my music skills, my intelligence levels, my everything. They were aware. So they very well knew that this guy will do as he's saying. And what will happen? He will leave the group because we all were a group, right? So they had that fear that I will abandon them because I will get better than them. Naturally, I will abandon them. So due to this fear, what I started seeing, these guys, these Tamram guys, they used to sabotage my progress. Suppose what happened, I had written a very good song. This is a real life incident. If anybody from my class also for that matter, if anybody is watching this video, you may recollect this had happened. So I had written one rock song, heavy metal song, full of like pain, angst, violence, like a proper like how a heavy metal song is. I'd written the lyrics in my notebook. So one of these friends, this Tambram friend, I would not like to name him. He read it. He somehow he removed that book. He read that song. He started laughing and he started circulating it throughout the class. So everybody started reading it and everybody started laughing because a heavy metal song is completely out of their league, right? They are the ones who like listen to Bollywood. They listen to like Chalti Hai Kya No Se Bhara, that Judwa song that had released that time, I guess. I guess little bit up and down, but such kind of songs they used to listen to. Anu Malik songs they used to listen to, and suddenly they are reading some like pain in my heart, something like that, like strong, as I said, something with strong feelings. So they started laughing at me. They started sabotaging me under the impression that I'm not good in it. You're getting the point. They circulated it purposely so that people laugh at me, which they did, which everybody laughed at me, because as I said, India, and then I mean, in India, rock music was like completely unheard of, and they had no idea how rock music lyrics are. Whereas I've been a rock fan ever since I was 9 years old, and from 13 I started playing guitars, and this happened when I was in class 10. I guess I was 15 that time. So everybody started laughing at me. So these friends, what they did was they started sabotaging my progress, under the impression that if people laugh at me, I will think that no man, I'm not good enough, and I will quit doing that. And again, I will join their league. So you're getting it, that I will not get away from that group. I will always be a part of that group. But do you know what happened? Their plan misfired. That only made my resolve more stronger. And the moment I passed out from that 10th, next year itself, I became a professional guitarist, and rest is history. Just the next year, because as I said, I became a professional guitarist when I was 17 years old. So if I was 15, 16 when I was in 10th, just the very next year, the moment I got freedom from that school, because school was holding me back, right? Because during school, you have the board exams and all. So you cannot do anything away from that school structure. But ever since I stepped out of school, I got into college. College means freedom. That is when my talent, nobody could stop my talent, and I soared and I became a professional level guitarist. In fact, in 17, I started my Guitar Hall Academy as well, which I told you at the start of the video. So that is how it became. They will try to sabotage your success. All these points I'm saying from personal experience, and I'm 200% sure you will find points with your life also, because what I'm talking about is human psychology. Whatever I'm saying, I'm sure each and every one of you who has done something, who is not a herd follower, of course, I mean, my theories does not apply for herd followers. It's for people like me who have done something out of the league. All of you will be seeing same things happening to you, which happened to me, irrespective of the location. Even if you're from Australia, you're from UK, you're from Bangladesh, you will see the same thing happening. The reason being, this all these traits which I'm saying step by step, these are all basic human psychology. I'm discussing psychology with you, which was the title of my topic. So due to this fear of abandonment, they will always try to sabotage your career or sabotage your goals, because that time you might be having no career, because I did not have any career that time. But they will try to pull me down so that I give that dream up and I can again join their league and I can be a part of that group. They did not want me to outgrow them. That's the bottom line. Getting it? My next point is jealousy masquerading as concern, or jealousy dressed up as concern. So you will always see these people around you. It can be your parents. I won't count the parents, though my parents were strictly against me, but they were actually concerned. Why will my parents be jealous of me? So my parents were never jealous. So that's why I'm removing I never included parents into any of my topic. Though in certain cases of women, I have seen their mothers getting jealous of their progress, but that's a different thing. That's a narcissistic trait. So, but as a large, I mean, from what I have seen, parents will never get jealous. But one thing which parents do get is they get concerned genuinely. So that's why I included the term parents in this point, because parents are out of this list because they actually have genuine concern. Whereas rest of the people will dress up their jealousy as concern. So they will constantly criticize you. They will constantly say you're no good. They will constantly say your business won't even last 1 year, which was told to me. They will try to portray concern. They will try to show genuine concern. They will say that, hey, dude, I care for you. That's what I'm saying. But take it from me, it's only your parents who will be saying this thing. Even if your parents are saying thing, it's out of fear and genuine concern. But all of your relatives, friends, society, neighbors, if they are saying it is only because of jealousy, take it from me, I have done in-depth research in it. It is only dressed their concern which they are showing, that hey dude, I'm saying this only out of concern. That concern is dressed so only out of envy. It is only out of jealousy. So in all of the cases, including mine, which I have seen, whoever tries to pull you down, it is more out of jealousy, because it is common human nature that, suppose if you, just I'm giving an example, you're in school, you had one pencil box. If you see your friend getting a even better pencil box, or a new box for that matter, you tend to get jealous, you tend to get envy that, hey dude, he's having such a good this thing. Suppose if you are driving a 7 years old car, if you see your friend or a relative buying a brand new car, same model but brand new, you will feel jealous that, dude, wow man, you will feel envious that he's driving a brand new car, I'm using a 7 years old car. So this, what I'm trying to say, whatever points today I'm saying, is not out of emotions. All I'm trying to analyze it from my psychological mind, from my psychological point of view, basically. So it is a common human tendency to get jealous, which is a negative trait, which you all are aware of. It is a negative trait, but there is nobody to control these negative traits. Because ideally, if you ask me, I have never been jealous of my life, because I did not have the time ever in my life to be jealous of anybody. I was always focused in my life with my own dreams, my own goals, my own life. I never had time for anybody else. In fact, till date, I don't even know what others are doing. So forget jealous, because I have no competition basically. Even in YouTube, if you see, if you look, all my content is entirely my own. I never ever watched anybody else's video, so that I don't get any influences from them. That's my main reason. That's why I don't watch others' content also. So whatever you see is completely my own. So why will I have any competition? It's completely my own original material. I'm not breaching into anybody else's domain by taking their material. In fact, others have started copying me. If you guys must be aware of, there are like hundreds of reels circulating, hundreds of videos which I have seen made on the exact same findings which I have made. You can check it out. In fact, you guys have only told me. I was not even aware. I received lots of comments from my brothers like you who sent me the links. Though I don't see, but they sent me that, sir, these guys are copying you note to note, word to word. Not, they are not even twisting it. They're like directly copy pasting your research. So I was like, let them do, man. It is only making me more stronger. That is making me more relevant, because everybody knows who's the original. KFC will always remain KFC, irrespective of the lookalikes, copycats, mushrooming. So I'm not bothered. But what I'm trying to say, you're understanding, no? That is my point. So always remember, it is their jealousy which is at work, which is at full display, which will always try to pull you down, because people are born jealous. It's only the high value people who have mastered emotional intelligence who will not be jealous of you. Which I'm giving you my own example. I have mastered complete emotional intelligence. I'm not concerned. I don't feel jealous. I don't feel happy. I don't feel sad also, for that matter. For others, I feel happy only if I am doing better than what I was earlier. Today, in whatever I do in life, I should be getting one step ahead in life. That is what gives me happiness. I never feel happy or sadness looking at others. And that is exactly what you should also be doing. My next point is, change disrupts group dynamics. Now, suppose if you're in a group, it can be an office group, gym group, any group for that matter. You guys are used to one set standard over the years. That's why you're a group, right? Now suddenly one person suddenly becomes, he has started working towards becoming better. He has not become better, but he has started working. So it completely changes the dynamics of the group. There is a vast imbalance happening in that group. So since that change happens, now this is not related to jealousy or any of the points which I'm saying. Now this is something which even they are not aware of. Unknowingly this so happens, is what I'm trying to say through this point. The other things, as I said, it's like evident that it's jealousy, envy, everything, whatever I said. But in this, even they are not aware of this thing happening, because everything is going as per the flow. Now the water is flowing, so nobody is aware of what's happening. But suddenly now one person is trying to outgrow the group. By, he's also not aware that I'll be outgrowing. But he has now taken the, suppose if the entire group drinks alcohol, they party together, all were booze brothers. But now one person has decided to better his life by going sober. That is when a huge shift is happening in the group dynamics. They are now suddenly out of the comfort zone, because when everything is going perfectly, suppose there is a group of college going guys All of them parties, they go for socials, they go to pubs, they drink, they have a good time. So they are now used to one dynamic, like a flow of water. They are flowing. No, there is nobody stopping them. But suddenly one person decides to quit drinks cold turkey. He decides to become sober forever. Now, in spite of them not thinking or doing much of thinking or research into it, there is a sudden shift in the group dynamics. Something has changed now. Now, something is not right for them because there was one comfort zone thing which was going on. A beautiful comfort zone. Everything was in sync. It was like a symphony. Everything was going awesome. One person is to bring the car. One person is to initiate the party. Everything is to happen like a well-oiled machinery. But now suddenly one person has decided to better his life by stopping partying and drinking. Now, there is a huge cog in the wheel now. There is now a problem happening. So though they are not aware of what the problem is, as in, but psychologically there comes a huge imbalance, and due to that imbalance, the dynamics changes. And since the dynamics changes, you will bear the brunt of that changing dynamics. Is what I mean to say. Next, most important point, most I would say, is status hierarchy shift. What is that? You will say status hierarchy shift. That means, now, suppose you are in a group, office group. In an office group, it's not necessary that everybody will be of the same level. So, in an office group, suppose one is the boss, others maybe one, two, or three steps below him in the hierarchy. But they're still a group. After work, they have drinks. During cigarette breaks, they have cigarettes together. Though one of them is above, other is little bit low, other is little bit low, because in corporates there are lots of hierarchies, right? But what happens now in that group in which somebody is already the boss? So naturally, he's taking the role of the leader in that group because officially also he's the boss. I've seen lots of cases, especially when I was a drinker. As I said, I'm a keen observer, and I mostly used to drink alone only because I like to observe. So many, because I used to go and drink in the best places, and there these top corporate guys also used to come. So I used to see that one of them is the boss. Easily, like even you guys can make out that, yeah, this man is the boss. He's the one who's calling the shots because he is the boss even in the office. And I could easily see he comes second, he's third, he's fourth, and the rest are like soldiers, or rest are like this thing, like they are not the boss. I could easily make out. Now, what happens when one out of that group, one person, does something which others are not doing and he's bettering himself? Suppose he's studying for a course, he's studying for an exam. By giving that exam, he will take the position. He will, but he has the potential to reach that boss's position or even surpass him for that matter if he cracks that exam. For example, I'm giving you. Then that fear looms in the mind of that person who was already the boss of that group, who was already the leader of that group, that I will soon lose my position to this guy because he's now bettering himself. He's now appearing for that exam, after which he will almost reach my rank, or he might even usurp my position. He might even get better than me. So this is one big thing which I have seen in my studies, in my observations rather, because as I said, I observe people. So whenever they feel threatened that this guy is going to take my chair, my position in the social hierarchy, I'm not talking about the office. He might not take that position in the office. In that office, that boss will only remain the boss because experience also matters, right? In that office, he might not be, this guy might not be able to replace him. But in the social hierarchy, because they will, after office, after work, they will have to meet. I mean, they will continue meeting, right? For family get-togethers, for weddings, whatever, partying in the weekends. But that time, since this guy has improved himself in that social hierarchy, in that group hierarchy, he will get that upper position naturally. So this man who was already high will feel threatened. And that is when he will start attacking this guy because he's feeling threatened that I'm already on top. People are giving me so much respect like a boss. Because as I said, when I observe, just looking at the dynamics, I can make out that he's the boss because others are respecting him. Even if he's making like stupid jokes, people are laughing. So from these factors only, I can easily make out that this guy is the leader of the pack. He's the boss. So when he sees that this guy he has the quality to usurp my position, socially, not job wise, then he feels threatened, and that is when he will start taking the other men, he will start building his team, and he will create a divide in which his team will be against you. His entire team will try to pull you down. That is a common strategy of these people. Next point is, which I have commonly seen, is insecurity projections. So in many of the cases which I have seen, they don't criticize you because you are better than them. No, they criticize you because they know that they are inferior than you. Getting it? They start criticizing you because they have realized that I am no good. So it's their insecurity which they are projecting onto you, because they don't hate. Now in this particular case, this is a different case than what I'm saying. In other cases, I said they hate you because you are better than them. But in this case, they don't hate you because you are better than them, but they hate you because they are not good enough. They know that they are like inadequate. They know that I'm no good. This guy is definitely better than me, and I can never reach his level. So he starts hating you because he knows the absolute truth that you are indeed better, and he starts hating himself for that. And since he starts hating himself for that particular reasons, he starts hating you as well. But not because you are good, but because he is not good. Getting my point? It's a very deep point, but I have carefully analyzed this, and I can easily say on record that this is a very big case. I mean, this is a very big factor which I have seen in majority of these cases who pulls you down. That they don't hate you, they hate themselves. And since they hate themselves, they want to pull you down. Not because they hate you, okay? I repeat. Next point is an absolute banger point. Success is a spotlight. Now, what do I mean by that? When you get successful, you shine a light, right? But when you become successful, you are shining a light, you are putting the spotlight on their shortcomings, because you got successful because you have something which they don't have. So when you become successful, that focus, that spotlight is directly landing on their shortcomings, and they now have no way out. They are cornered, because earlier, since all of them were mediocre, nobody was able to see through their shortcomings. But now that you are successful, that projector light is completely focused not on him, but on that person's shortcomings. And easily people can see that why you are better, because of these people have that shortcomings which you don't have. So instead of, see, when you are successful, the general consensus is that the spotlight will be on you, right? But no, if you see it from my psychology point of view, the spotlight is not on you, but on the shortcomings of the other people. And since that shortcoming is now well illuminated, and now since that shortcoming is right out in the open for all to see, they will start hating you. But earlier nobody used to say anything, but now our shortcomings are right out in the open. Now we will have to address these shortcomings. Earlier they were complacent about these shortcomings, but now they will have to address it whether they want it or not. So they will start hating you for that. So getting it? You are just a catalyst. You are just bettering yourself. But in the process, you're putting the spotlight on their shortcomings, which angers them and which makes them pull you down. So try to grasp and analyze whatever points I'm saying. Next point is, not everyone claps when you win. You will see one thing, that you are liked only when you are below the other person. But the moment you start getting above that person, you will be hated. Getting the point? In many cases, you will see that people are loving the other person. I mean, one person is loving that other person. Why? Only because he is below him. But the moment that person starts to gain in reputation, financially, physically, or any factor, he will be hated upon him. So always remember, all the claps, all the love which you are getting is not genuine. It is only because you are lower to him. But the moment if you are lower to him or her, I mean, the moment you start coming above him or her, that love will turn into hatred in no time. So always remember the bottom line. All these points I'm saying from my 26 years of in-depth research, that all claps are not genuine. You're getting that clap only because you're below him or her. The moment you are on par or you're better than him or her, that clap will vanish and that will turn into hatred. because all claps are not the same. Now, my last and final point is outgrowing the tribe. Now, when a person outgrows, when a person betters himself, or when a person outgrows for that matter, as I said, they not only leave behind their old self. Listen very intently to what I'm trying to say. When a person decides to outgrow himself, he not only leaves behind his old self, but he also leaves behind people of his tribe. Getting it? So, outgrowing the tribe means when you're trying to improve yourself, not just leaving behind your old former self, you're also leaving behind the entire tribe which you were once a part of. You're leaving behind that tribe. It's a very, very deep point. So, when a person becomes better and bigger, for example, as I had told you in my prior videos, my father had left. My father was from a very rich zamindar family. They were all having a gold business. They were all into business of gold. They had lots of land. They had lots acres and acres of zamindar, Bengali zamindars you might have seen, Raja. So they were like from a Raja like elite lineage. So all of them had a distinct Raja wala lifestyle. Drinks, womanizing, food, smoking, tobacco, hookah, like Raja what Rajas used to do. But my father just hated that. He hated drinking. He hated because full life he saw. I mean, throughout his childhood, he saw that only. So he just hated drinks, smokes, lack of hard work, laziness. He just hated. That's why at a very young age, he ran away from his home. He said, "I don't want a single rupee from you guys. I don't want anything from you. I want to make my own identity. I want to get away from that tribe." That's why I'm including his point because he was the man who outgrew his tribe. In spite of he could have inherited though he has made even more than that. That's another story. But freely he could have got everything just by staying there and accepting that. But he decided to outgrow the tribe. So he quit. I mean, he left. He came to Mumbai. He had no qualifications, but still he worked as an electrician. He did his studies. I mean, he used to work as an electrician to fund his studies. Then he got his license. Then he started doing small jobs. Then I mean, the end product was he became one of the biggest industrialists of Maharashtra, not even Mumbai, Maharashtra. So you can imagine he outgrew the tribe. And during that process, what happened was, and he has no connection whatsoever with West Bengal. That's why even I say, many people ask me, "Are you a Bengali? Are you related to West Bengal? Are you related to Kolkata or anything?" I say no, because as I said, my father had left that land long before. I mean, long before I was even born. So I'm more of a Mumbaiya, and I follow the Marathi Maharashtrian culture and traditions because I have nothing. I've seen nothing from West Bengal except my father having roots in West Bengal. I have no other connection with West Bengal. It is only Mumbai. I'm a pakka Mumbaiite, and Marathi is my language of choice. I can read, write everything in Marathi, and I like have Marathi more closer to my heart than Bengali, to be very frank, because Bengali is just because my father belonged to that place. But I have not done anything in Bengali. I have not followed anything in Bengali. I don't even know how to read. I speak I can because of my father, because my father is from West Bengal. So me and my father talk in Bengali only. But rest everybody, it is just English. Like with my children, Hindi English. That is the language which we follow. So what I mean to say is, since he outgrew that tribe, since he left that shores to become better and bigger than them, so in the process, he had to leave his former self back there itself. That is where the new industrialist Mr. Roy was born. But in that process of leaving behind himself, he also left behind that tribe. He left behind people from that tribe. So what happens in the process? He alienated that tribe, and in the process, angering them. So when that happens, they will try to pull you down naturally. Simple logic. So my this point was completely regarding to that. So try to fathom, try to assimilate, try to process whatever points I said, because whatever points I said today was like peak psychology patterns from my own understanding. As I said, I don't read any books, I don't do anything theoretically. Everything is from real life experiences and from my own understanding. I do have a mind, I do have an analyzing mind. So whatever I said today was all my brains doing the talking. I did nothing. I was just the medium. It was just my analyzed brains, basically. All right. So I'll make a move. Jai Hind.